takes off, and he's brought down near the line of scrimmage. A loss of maybe half a yard, and brings up second down and about 10.5 yards. Once again, Yates under center. Same lineup as last time. He throws it back to Reimel. Reimel gets into the line, picks up maybe 7 or 8 yards. Jeez. About 3 yards. Yates under center. And he is off to the races here, to the outside. He pulls back to the inside, and he's brought down at about the 3-yard line. So Yates with the long run. So it brings up 1st and goal now on their first possession for the IndianHawks. Yates under center. Hands it off to Zach Evans, and he is in for the touchdown. So with 9:22 remaining in the first quarter, IndianHawks strike first. That brings up a score of 6-0. And Kyle Martin is in a kick formation. Kick is up, and it is good. So once again, 9:22 remaining in the first quarter. IndianHawks on top, 7-0. Take a quick break.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
All right, we are back for the IndianHawks kickoff. Kyle Martin ready to kick off. There's the kick, and it is deep one. Picked up by Van Far. And he gets up to about the 34, 35-yard line where he's brought down. Oh, they... Okay, it's going to be, they placed the ball at about the 36-yard line. So 1st and 10. Back to pass, and that ball went right through their receiver, right through their receiver's hand. That intended receiver was Morgan Slatton. So that brings up a 2nd and 10 for Van Far. Their quarterback, I haven't looked him up yet. Their quarterback is back in a pistol position. Hands off to number 11, and he is brought down. He was hit at the line of scrimmage and then brought down behind it. That was Tony Garland. So I believe that's number 34. Verdell Johnson is the quarterback for Van Far. Brings up 3rd and 11. back in pistol position. And that ball hit the ground before he picked it up. That was a ground ball to him. All right, they brought the ball back. Yeah, they weren't seeing that. Everybody up here in the press box was seeing it. So they've got a 4th down situation now, 4th and 11. And a short punt. And the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks will take possession 1st and 10 in Vandalia territory. They're going to place the ball at about the 47-yard line. All right, timeout on the field. 7:42 remaining in the first quarter. The score is IndianHawks 7, Vandalia 0. Take a break.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the mega banks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust, Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
We are back for the IndianHawks' second possession of this ball game. The Vandalia Indians went 4 and out on their first possession. They had a total of -1 yard on their 4 downs, and then a short kick. And the IndianHawks take over possession at the Vandalia 47-yard line. Yates back to pass, and the pass is low. Intended receiver was, let's see, look at the right roster here. Intended receiver was Malik McPike. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the IndianHawks. Beautiful evening here at Vandalia. A little warm for football still, but it is a beautiful evening. 2nd and 10. Yates under center, and flags are down right at the snap. Flag came from the far side of the field. Looks like it's going to mark offsides. Okay, the ref is turning around. It's going to be 5 yards against Vandalia. So now we're going to have 2nd and 5. Second and 5 with Yates under center. 2 backs behind him and wide receiver on each end. He's back to pass. The pass was intended for Malik McPike, and he couldn't maintain control of it. Brings up 3rd and 5. IndianHawks on top, 7-0 with 7:37 remaining in the first quarter. Once again, Yates under center, 1 back, 2 wide receivers, 1 on each end. Back to pass one more time. His pass is to Jake Reimel, and he is through for a 1st down. So, third down conversion there by Jake Reimel. And the Indian Hawks have a brand new set of downs. So, two backs, looks like Evans and can't tell who the other one is, but Yates is under center, wide out far on the near side. And that's Jake Reimel again, and he is up. He picked up about 9 yards. Brings up 2nd and 1. So far in this game, the Indian Hawks are able to move the ball. Yates seems to be under center most every time. And he kept the ball and he ran through and he just kept going. He is down inside the 10, so we're going to have a 1st and goal. He's like right at the 10-yard line. Just inside. But I think it's enough for 1st and goal. They laid down the orange sticks. So Indian Hawks 1st and goal. Coming up into formation, and Yates turning around talking to his Zach Evans and Jake Reimel, and he is under center. He's back to pass. No one to pass to, so he takes off running. Pulls to the inside, and he's brought down inside the 5. Once again, 2nd and goal. And there's Zach Evans, and he is in for the touchdown. I apologize for this equipment keeps freezing up on me. I think it's the computer program this time. But I'm going to try to stay ahead of it. But anyway, another touchdown for the Indian Hawks. 5:18 remaining in the first quarter, and the score is now 13-0 Indian Hawks. Kyle Martin will be trying for an extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Makes the score 14-0.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we are back with Kyle Martin getting ready to kick off again. He's got the busiest foot on this football team. Here's his kick. Taken by Van Far and up to the 40-yard line, brought down about the 46-yard line. And that's where Van Far will take over on their 2nd possession of the evening. So they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. And we have an official timeout on the field right now. Let's take a break.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Okay, we are back for Van Far's possession. They have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Handoff to their running back, and he is brought down just behind the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play, probably lost 6 inches or so. That was Bryson Lay with running the ball. Once again, Verdell Johnson is their quarterback, and he's back in the pistol position. Hands off to Lay again, and he is brought down at the line of scrimmage. If they give him forward motion, he didn't quite make it to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's a loss of another half yard or so. He's down around the 44.5-yard line. So far, Van Far cannot get anything going on the ground. There's Verdell's a keeper, and he's going to the far side. And we have they finally getting him down, but there's a whole lot of yellow laundry back here on the field. The camera signal is freezing up. Anyway, all those penalties, or that penalty, that was a hold on the Indians, so they are back, looks like about, 3rd down and about 25 or so, 22, 3. But they are repeating 3rd down.
False start right here.
Okay, Johnson again with the keeper. He does drop it off to over on the side, and he is pushed out of bounds. But they still, it's going to bring up 4th down, and they still have maybe 10 yards to go.
Slot receiver on my side.
3:42 remaining in the first quarter. Score is 14-0. So it's 4th and 10 for the Indians. High punt. Verdell Johnson's keeping it. He's going to try to pick up the 1st down, and he is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Turnover on downs from the Indians to the IndianHawks. And we have a player down on the field. Let's take a break.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
Okay, we are back. That was number 11, Landon Struss, that was down. He got up and walked off under his own power. So he seems to be okay. And now the IndianHawks take over on downs. They are in Indians territory. They're at the 46-yard line. They've scored on their first two possessions. Let's see what they can do on this third possession. 3:33 remaining in the first quarter. Score is 14-0. All right, Yates is in pistol this time. And he's back to pass. Pass up to Jake Reimel, and it was like he had butter on his fingers. You know what, I said that was Jake Reimel. I'm sorry, that was Lucas Martin. I just saw the 5 on his uniform and thought it was a 25. Brings up 2nd and 10. That's the kind of passes you don't want to drop. Back to pass again is Yates. And there is a touchdown. Nice pass there to Kyle Martin. Touchdown, IndianHawks. That only took a couple of downs to get that one in. So right now, the IndianHawks seem to be able to do what they want to do. And Kyle Martin, who just caught the touchdown pass, is now back to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it was partially blocked. So with 3:18 remaining in the first quarter, the score is 20-0. Hopefully that 1 point won't make much difference later on down the road in this game. Sometimes it does, though. As the kicking unit for the IndianHawks come out onto the field. And once again, the busiest foot in the entire football stadium is Kyle Martin. He's out for the kick. And he gets getting ready to kick. Nice high kick. Picked up a Van Far, and he's caught at about the 35-yard line and pulled backwards. I think I see a flag on the play. See what this is going to be. We've got a holding call. Looks like a holding call against the Indians. So that's going to take it back. Looks like they're placing the ball at about the 27-yard line. And that is where the Van Far Indians will take over 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. So looks like Burdell Johnson's going to be back. He's not under center at all. He hadn't been under center the entire first quarter. 2:49 remaining in the first quarter. But he is back in the pistol position. He has Tony Garland behind him and two wideouts on each end. Tony Garland has the run and picks up maybe 2 yards. See what they give him. Yeah, they give him about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8. That's some of the first positive yardage that Van Far has had tonight. Second and 8, and Johnson is still under center, or I'm sorry, he's still back in the pistol position. And there was Tony Garland again. He jumped 2 or 3 times before that ball was snapped, but he didn't get caught. But he picked up another 2 to 3 yards. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 6. And all the lights just went out. Yeah, there's some lightning to the south of us. It looks like it's quite a ways off, though. But the overhead lights in the stadium just went off. The lights here in the press box are still on. But the big lights are off. So with 1:42 remaining in the first quarter, let's take a break here while they're either get a glow-in-the-dark football or get the lights turned back on, one or the other.
Ooh, hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird luck showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friend hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker at our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about. We all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy in Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
Let's come on back here and decide what we're going to do here. Looks like a storm coming in from the south, but it's still quite a ways off, I think. So I have no idea why these lights went off. Once again, the lights in here are lights everywhere else is on. They're just the big overhead lights are off. So anyway, to kind of recap, the Clopton Elsberry IndianHawks have had 3 possessions, and they've scored touchdowns on each possession, and 2 extra points and 1 extra point that failed, and that brings the score to 20 for them. Van Far has not been able to get anything going, and I think they've got, not counting their negative yards, they've only got about 5 or 6 yards positive in this entire first quarter. They haven't had any forward passing, and all of the negative yards, they're probably in negative yard territory right now with you add everything together. But right now, if I remember right, they are about 3rd and 5 on this drive right here, with 1:42 remaining in the first quarter, and I'm not sure what we're going to do here, because these lights are not coming on at this point in time, that's for sure. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and shut this down for right now, and then we can start over again when they get ready to play. So this is Kenny Masterson for the Indian Sports Network. And with 1:42 remaining in the first quarter, we are at a stoppage in play because of the lights went off in the stadium. So I'm going to shut down for now.